everyone, welcome to SOS Marketing Series. We're here with the amazing Susan, and she's going to help us to learn what kind of products your customers are actually looking for during this crisis.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Why don't you introduce yourself to these amazing viewers? Tell us a little about you.
Sure. So I am a business sales strategist, and I help business owners make more money and more impact without feeling sleazy or uncomfortable about having to, promote and actually sell the thing that you do.
Okay, that's amazing. So what's the topic that we're going to talk about today?
We're talking about today what people are actually buying, because there are people who are still buying, and lots of people want to be able to support small business owners, especially during these uncertain times, and how to make sure that as a small business owner that's been impacted, you can be able to tap into that.
Okay, all right. Why don't we just go straight into it? What's the first thing that people are buying? Like how do I know if my product is applicable? Like tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so right now, people are doing kind of funny things, right? We've seen it with the toilet paper
Yeah.
and hand sanitizer, and so we'll start there because I think we can all relate to this. People are looking for safety or certainty, right? They're looking for the ability to know that they're going to be able to survive. And while we all kind of thought, well, toilet paper, what in the heck? I think this is a lesson for all business owners, because some businesses have been able to pivot and say, okay, if I sell some kind of product, but it's not toilet paper, maybe I need to get my hands on having toilet paper in my store so that I can get that out to people. I've heard of businesses where they actually provide a toilet paper delivery service, and they've been able to make money providing people with the things that they already are buying. So if you know that your community is looking for things that provide them with safety, food is a great example as well, right? Like if you have access to some of these products that you know your community is looking for, can you provide this to them? Is it something that you'd be able to get your hands on and be able to make a slight shift or a change, even if it's just temporarily, in order to be able to give people what they actually are buying and what they're actually looking for? But beyond that, because let's face it, not all of us want to sell toilet paper.
No, especially, I mean, what if I'm a gym? I can't lure people in with toilet paper.
No. So as a gym owner, one of the things that you have the beautiful ability to do is provide people with safety and security around their health. Because right now, I mean, we're all washing our hands, which is great. That's a great preventative measure. But what if you could be proactive, right? A lot of people are starting to recognize that, oh my goodness, I am health compromised, or I just am not in the best health. And if I get something, this could take me down. So while they are still healthy, why don't we allow them to maximize that health by giving them opportunities to be able to still be healthy at home? The other piece that we're talking about is, community, because sometimes people go to these social areas like the gym in order to connect with other people. So where before maybe you didn't provide a lot of classes, maybe this is an opportunity for you to see, is there a way for me to get community and a bit of certainty for my members by giving them a different way to be able to still exercise and be able to be social at the same time, because people are looking for that connection right now, for sure.
Okay, community. I know a lot of people spoke about the opportunity for you to actually educate your audience, and so you talked about providing necessities that go with your services to attract customers and to show them that you care, and also you're talking about the community. A lot of people think that if they stop marketing, or they should stop marketing, their customers are going to be in the same place as before. But it's actually that you should continue marketing so that you're coming back to a greater place. So apart from ads and, I mean, a little bit of engagement, how can you explain, like, how do I do community as a business owner? Because that seems a little bit new if I haven't been doing it before.
Yeah, I think this is an opportunity to ask for help. And I know that most business owners, especially small business owners, you're scrappy and you're used to doing a lot of stuff by yourself, and being able to ask for help may feel very uncomfortable. I'll share a story of a local business that did something I thought was very unique and creative right now. And they went on TV. And now normally, I know, right? And normally I know, because we feel as small business owner, I'm a small business owner, that it's preventative, like cost preventative for us to get on TV and pay for a commercial. But the news broadcasters are looking for stories. They're looking for ways to be able to support our local community and our local business owners. And what this business owner did was he went on TV and shared his story and said, we are still open. We're struggling, but we're still open. Here's what we're doing for our community. This is what we would love our community to do for us. And he was able to get, I think it was like 3 minutes long, which, as we know, for TV time, that's a long commercial.
Yeah, that's
Right?
a long commercial.
So don't be afraid to reach out to local media, news sources. If you know that there's an influential person in your community, to be able to ask for help and see, could they spread the word for you? Whether it's by email or social media or just plain old phone call, right? Just be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, we need to support this local business. I heard about a restaurant in Chicago that a couple of weeks ago, right in the height of everything being shut down, they did a gift card campaign and they had their biggest sales month ever, just because the community banded together and said, we're not willing to let this small business go. We want to make sure that we have our favorite, date night spot when this is all over. And they were able to purchase a whole bunch of gift cards to be able to support that small business owner right now while they need the cash, but then be able to come back and enjoy their lovely meal out when we're all able to actually leave the house.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so it's with this crisis, you have to get comfortable with being a little uncomfortable to keep your business afloat. What other things are people looking for during this time?
They're looking to be entertained. So as we know, there's been a lot of doom and gloom, which is the reality of what's happening, but there's still, small pockets of hope and inspiration, of community, of people going out of their way to make a difference. Last night on the news, we just saw a story about essential services, so the garbage pickup guys, and somewhere in my province, they're wearing like superhero costumes. Right now, it may not apply to your business, but what I want you to think about is, how are you both educating and entertaining your audience at the same time so that you remain memorable, and that if there is an opportunity for people to still buy from you, that you stand out? How do you engage with them and create a bit of a story? But at the same time, like we talked about that gym owner, could you put a little bit of a spin on the classes that you're doing? Because let's face it, people are looking to do something, to move their bodies, or to keep their minds occupied on something other than what we're all occupied on. So if you could do it in a way that's fun, that's engaging, that's lighthearted, that allows them to feel some semblance of normalcy, people are really, really engaging and being highly attracted to those types of businesses, because it's allowing them to feel, again, safe and secure. Like if we can go back to kind of the old days, it's changed overnight for us, right? But if you can give people that semblance of, okay, this is a new normal, but I'm familiar with a lot of it, and it's fun, and it's making me excited to be alive and to go about my day to day, it's really going to encourage people to support your business.
So let's say that I'm trying to be entertaining, and every other business owner is trying to be entertaining as well. They're trying to do all of the same things that I'm doing. How do I still stand above that noise? Because a lot of people know that there are a lot of people at home, there's a lot more opportunity. So I'm doing everything you're saying, but my competitor is also doing everything you're saying. How do I still stand above it? What still makes me unique?
I know that's very simple, but I'm going to tell you that people buy from other people, right? So we in sales, we like to use business to business, so B2B or B2C, business to consumer. I like to say it's P2P, which is people to people. At the end of the day, the person that you're talking to is simply that. They're a person.
Because
And
people buy products. People buy from people, not products.
Exactly, right? So when we
Okay.
think about anything that you create, whether it's a service or a product, an experience, right? That at the end of the day, they continue to buy from you because you've made them feel a certain way. We get that from the person that that product or service is attached to. And so part of this is being able to share your story, your why, what's happening in your world. Because again, we're looking for guidance, we're looking for leadership. As a small business owner, I believe we all are leaders. We're leading our communities to make the difference and to make the changes for how this new world is going to look. And while that may feel like a lot of responsibility, I think it's really exciting because it means that you can really cultivate a movement for your community, for your clients and your customers, and be able to share a lot of things that maybe your customers have never known about you. How did your business get started? What are you doing right now? And it's okay to share the fact that it's scary, right? You don't have to have all the answers. I think actually that makes you more personable, makes
Oh,
you more human.
how do I balance that? Because I don't want to give people the impression that I'm completely failing or I'm faltering, but I still want to be human. How do I keep that balance?
Yeah, I think this is where go with your gut. I could give you a formula, right? 80-20, 80% should be focused on your business, your brand story, your promotional activities and your marketing, and 20% where you're showing more of that vulnerable side. So for those of you that are more logically minded or like to know numbers and formulas, I'll give you that. But generally speaking, I would say go with your gut and really think about how do you connect to other people and use that as a benchmark, because oftentimes how we like to buy is how we like to sell and promote ourselves. And if you use that as a good rule of thumb, it'll make sure that you don't go overboard where you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to really delve into territory where this is the only thing I'm going to get known for. Mix it up a little bit.
Okay, all right. I mean, so you're saying one, we should focus on providing the essentials, still like combining the essentials, two, creating the community, three, entertainment, four, safety, security, and relatability. Those are things that people are really buying. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. And what's one tip that you would give to all of those entrepreneurs and small business owners? One tip that you think that they should really focus on during and after this crisis?
You need to focus on what it is that you need to do. And I know that's very vague in general.
General, yeah.
Yeah. So every business owner is going to be different. Right now, probably your primary concern is on how do I make it through in terms of cash flow, right? How do I make sure that I have enough money? Some of the things that you need to do right now are going to be immediate, meaning that you need to stem the flow of money kind of going out the back door, especially if your top line needs are not coming in as quickly as you need to. So that being said, the other piece that you really need to think about is A, can I weather the storm? Like, do I actually have enough cash? And if not, what do you need to do? So there are real financial implications. Go and talk to finance people. My background is in finance, so I would highly encourage you, go and talk to experts now rather than later. Like, don't wait until the storehouse is bare. Go and seek help right this minute so that you can say, here are my numbers, here's what it looks like, and see what your options are before those creditors and the bill collectors really start to ramp up their activities and come knocking at your door. And then once you have that information for yourself, then think about what do you need to do. And I'm going to guarantee most of us as small business owners, the tendency right now is to maybe put pause and to hide or to shrink and just be like, I need a moment. I can't do anything right now. And that's natural. But I really want to encourage you that you need to keep sharing your story. You need to still do the sales and marketing activities, because when this all ends, because it will end, you need to make sure that people know that you're still around. My husband and I even said, we're not sure how many of these business owners will still be around because we haven't heard from them. We haven't seen them on social media. We don't know whether or not they are going to make it through. So if you've decided that, yes, I am going to be one of those that makes it through, I would be shouting that from the rooftop right now to make sure that people know how they can continue to support you right now, but also more importantly, when all of this ends.
That's so true. So this is a perfect time to rise above the noise. This is where great brands are created. So don't shrink, keep going. And as you said, finances, that's the most important thing, making sure you can manage through. And okay, so Susan, if somebody needs more help, where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me across all social media platforms as Susan McVea. My last name is a little tricky, so it's spelled McVea. And for those of you that are needing a little bit more customized help, I'm happy to offer a call for free. It's just my way of giving back to the community because I know it's very stressful. My parents were also small business owners my whole life. And so it's very near and dear to me. So you can grab that at susanmcvea.com/call.
Okay, guys, there you have it. Thank you, Susan, for joining us. You gave us a lot of information. And if you're on YouTube or IGTV, we have links for you so you can find Susan and other tools that can help you with your business. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.